It is Monday, the 9th of October 2023. A warm welcome to the channel. And we are going to be talking about what's been happening in the Middle East. And I don't mean Pittsburgh. I think that's from a movie from the 1990s. Now, we all know what's happening in Palestine and Israel, and it's just the human cost once again that people suffer because of governments. Now, I'm not going to be in a subjective way. I'm just going to be in a very, I'm not going to be in a subjective way, but I'm going to be in an objective way. So 15 minutes before the actual attack started a couple of days ago, or whenever the actual date did, this is what was happening in Palestine. They were celebrating. We could actually say one way or the other, are we brainwashed from our media, whether it comes from the United States, the UK, the Middle East, China, Japan, etc.? Do we believe what we are fed to believe in? Here is an article, October 7, 2023. Israel says it's at war after Hamas surprise attack. Now, as Westerners, we would say Hamas is automatically we would think as a terrorist organization. And I'm going to break my rule, and I would agree with you. That's me being subjective. We can move on to actually an article, basically what has happened here. Fighting between two sides has surged in the last 2 years. The violence has been driven by the Israel military raids in Palestine's towns and cities, which Israel says to be necessary in the rising number of attacks by Palestinian militants on Israelis. This gets into, in the Middle East, they have been fighting for millennium, hundreds of years. And you could always sort of say that it's between the Christian and Muslim. Should Israel be there? Is it the Jewish state? And again, there are so many different arguments on different sides of this. Now, what I'm trying to do today is that you've seen lots of things from BBC, CNN, ABS, Al Jazeera, etc., and they would say that Hamas is wrong, and I would agree with you there. Just invading one country is just totally wrong. But in the Middle East, this has been happening for hundreds of years. Will it be solved? I doubt it very much in our lifetime, and I think it's just an ongoing thing which has happened for years. You get these periods of peace and nothing happens, and suddenly it all blows up in your face. So I was trying to find information from the Palestinian point of view, and again, I'm just giving you the information here. So a military spokesman, the military wing of Hamas, said that some fighters were able to take a new group of Israeli prisoners on Sunday and cross them into the Gaza Strip. Okay, now this is the strange thing happening here. Some of the pro-Palestinian people, obviously they automatically are pro because they just don't like America, period, and these can even be Westerners as well, say this hasn't happened, but a military spokesman said it has. Another one from the Palestinian Global Times kind of thing, a new message calls for Palestinians to join the battle. Watch as two Israeli military units fire at each other at the Lebanon border. And let's just show some videos of some protests which are happening in the United States of America. So what is the Palestinian or Hamas or these terrorists actually quoting? The enemy is breaking fast. In fact, it's already broken. Our brave people are surrounding the enemy military bases and settlements. Our people with their determination have humbled a well-armed enemy. Gaza today is a microism of Palestinian will. The enemy thinks that by carrying out massacres against civilians, it will break the will of the people. The enemy is trying to boost the confidence of destroying homes in Gaza by killing innocent civilians, but this is just an illusion. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement itself will capture over 30 Israelis. We will fight and continue fighting, and will change all of the equations in our determination and sacrifices. Now that comes from a military spokesman, and that was recorded on a Palestinian newspaper. I can't remember the name, or a Palestinian TV station. What do you think of that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? But in, again, the United States of America, some Palestinians are actually protesting or doing something outside the White House.
It requires action. It requires commitment, proactivity, and a dedication so severe that nothing can break your will, which is exactly what the Palestinians have. If your support for Palestinian liberation ends when resistance ends,
I do believe when you do look at conflicts and situations around the world, for example, Russia and Ukraine, and now we have Palestine once again and Israel. Yeah? You've got to look at both sides of the story. When you watch your local news, it's going to be pro your country. I think you've got to look at the professionals who are doing this, not some amateurs on YouTube who may have been in the army for a short time and have no idea about geopolitics like myself. I have no idea at all about it. But I can bring you the news, which from a CNN is not giving you. So now what you have is the CNN news, for example, the American news or the Western news, and now you have the Palestinian news as well. And how the news used to be was very objective. Now it's very, very subjective indeed. So that's it for me for today with my point of view, or my what's going on in Palestine. If we forget about the government, military, land borders, the people who suffer are the innocent. Just you and me, them, people over there, just trying to earn some money so they can support their family, to have some luxuries in life, like a car, an apartment, even a top-end mobile phone, for example, to go on holiday. That's all we want. And it's just the people above, the governments, these terrorists, who upset and turn our lives upside down. So, am I sympathetic for Israel? No. Am I sympathetic for Palestine? No. Am I sympathetic for the people who lost their lives and their lives have been turned, again, upside down? Absolutely. Because we are just the innocent parties, and we have to suffer because of crap governments. Excuse me for the bad word there. What's your point of view? Thank you so much for your time. My name is James. Bye-bye for now.